Hello ladies and gentlemen, this will be the final video record for chapter 1. I'm going to talk about SPSS in practice, how we can practically use not only just for sorting, selecting or ascending or descending order, those things more than that. We need to recording or those things more than that. It's about doing some descriptive statistics in SP because this chapter is about descriptive statistics, isn't it? This chapter is about descriptive statistics. It's about summarizing data numerically in the table form and graphically. We are going to see that things in practice numerically in the form of graph and in the form of tables. So let's go for that. Now let's talk about how we can do frequency table. Of course, commonly we do a frequency table for what type of variable? Categorical variables. Commonly, we do frequency table for categorical variables. For example, gender is categorical variables. Minority classification is another example for categorical variables. And employment category is also a categorical variables. So in order to draw frequency tables, you need to go to analyze, then descriptive statistics, then frequency. Everything, by the way, this PowerPoint is so wonderful. You know why? Because self-explanatory, you don't need to have a teacher to understand these courses for that matter. Get a confidence, you will do it. So go to analyze, descriptive statistics, analyze, descriptive statistics, frequency tables. I want a frequency table. Then for what type, the list of the variable will be here. So from this list of variable, you need to select the variables that your interest variable, the variable that you want to draw a frequency table. Gender, minority classification, and employment category are my interest variable, so that I need to transform them from here to here. It's already done. Then the next step is you need to click on OK, and then this is a frequency table for gender specifically. You can get also for minority class. You are going to see three tables. So for female, gender, frequency, female, male, number frequency, there are 260 and 258 males, 216 females. In terms of percent, the number of female are 45, the number of male are 54. Totally, they are 100. This is valid percent. Actually, valid percent excludes the missing values. It's unfortunate that there is no missing value, so that's both percent and the valid percent are the same. Then the other one is how I can copy it. Copying SPSS result, specifically frequency table, is very simple. Deleting a column is also very simple. Copying it also very simple. We will see those things in practice. Now let's see how we can draw a frequency table for gender. Analyze, descriptive statistics, then frequency. My interest variable in this case is gender. I can also draw another frequency table. By the way, let's tell you one interesting thing is you see some kind of symbol here. This is a symbol for a kind of ruler. It is a symbol for continuous or ratio variables. This is a kind of order. This is for ordinal variables. For nominal variables, you see some kind of three triangle or things like that. This one is for, you need to know this symbol so that you can know. For example, sometimes knowing the measurement scale of measurement of your variable is very important, because sometimes you do frequency, sometimes you do descriptive statistics. For if you do descriptive statistics, like for example mean, median, variance, standard deviation, these things for categorical variable, that is completely wrong. You cannot do those things for categorical variables. Mean, median, range, those things will need to be calculated for ratio scale of measurements for continuous kind of variables. So therefore, knowing this symbol by itself is also very important. Now this is gender is a kind of nominal. I can get a frequency for that. The other one is job times. Actually, this is another things. And then minority classification is also another one. You need to select it, then use this one. First of all, you need to select it. Click on it, select it. Double click it, it will be transferred to here. And the third one is employment category. Go. Then you can click here if you want, and then you can quartiles. You see percentiles, cut points, standard deviation, variances, kurtosis. You see, this is the measure of distributions. You remember skewness? We can have three values. It may be zero, it may be negative, it may be positive. Kurtosis is also the same. We have seen about these things. One of the measure of this one is this is model actually the measure of distribution of shapes. Both of them are the measure of distribution of shapes. Skewness and the kurtosis measure the distribution of shapes. In this one, you need to go further before you make interpretations. You get kurtosis, then you need to compare with standard kurtosis of standard normal distributions. I think we have seen about these things in the morning sessions. So in the previous video, so let's jump those parts. So if you want, you can ask. You see, it's as simple as that. Getting the mean, median, mode, those things you need to know them. Like if your input is like wrong input, wrong output, garbage in, garbage out, you know this range. This is categorical variable. You cannot calculate mean or median, or you cannot calculate standard error variance. It's already there. You are the one who needs to know what type of statistics I can calculate my scale of measurement, my variables. Right? It's garbage in, garbage out. If you ask SPSS to calculate all those things, it can do for you. It doesn't matter for him, for SPSS. It can do that. But you need to know what statistics is appropriate for your variable. That is your job. That is your roles. So now my interest is now simple descriptive statistics for frequency table, for gender, for minority classification, for employment categories. It's already here, gender, frequency. You see, is here the same. The answer is the same. It's because we are using the same data. Minority classification. And if you want to copy it, what you do? Right click on it. If you want, for example, if you want to delete this column, valid percentage, and if you don't need these things, double click on it. Now it is in editing mode. Select it. Then right click on it. Delete it. It's deleted. That is it. Let's add one more example. Double click on it. Now it is in editing mode. You see, there is something like that. It is in editing mode. Select the column that you don't need. Right click on it, delete it, delete it. If you want to take these things to Word, right click on it, copy it, go to Word document, Word. Here you go. Word is coming. Then Ctrl+V, paste it. That's it. If you want, you can rearrange the table as you want. If you can even paste it in Excel sheet, more there are like you can do some operation if you want on Excel sheet like this. You can paste it on Excel sheet. It's like this. If you want, you can directly paste it on Word document. If you want, you can paste it on Excel sheet, and you can do some kind of additions, some kind of changes. Then you can copy this thing as a picture. Maybe you can add something little bit, maybe all columns like this. It look like this. It look like interesting. Yeah, so that you can copy these things. Then you can go to the Word document. You can paste it here. Both of them are the same, but these are the rows, something like that. You can do like this. Or you can copy as again. You can go to the output view window, then copy it, and then come here. Then before just directly paste it, right click on it, yeah, paste it. The same thing. So taking the output from the output view window to your interest document is very simple. Now this is a frequency table. Now let's talk about bar charts. How we can draw bar chart is also for categorical variable. You know that things, right? So in order to draw bar charts, graph, legacy dialog, bar. Graph, legacy dialog, bar. Then you need to select simple bars depending on the type of bar that you want to draw. Now as a beginning, let's start from the simple bar. Select the simple bar charts. to prepare a simple bar chart for employment category. Then you need to select this one, summary for a group of cases. Then click on the next. From here, bar represents number of cases, percentage of cases. This is depend on your preference. So that let's say percentage of cases. Then now you, for what variables that you want to draw a bar chart or a bar graph. It needs to be a categorical variables. Employment category is a good example. Then what you do, then you see this is employment categories. And double click on it. If you want to make some kind of addition, you can make it, you can edit it. This is a bar graph, the simple bar chart. Now let's practice it together. This is a practicing session. So graph, legacy dialog, bar graph. You have to do the same things as well. Make sure that practice make you perfect. You need to select simple one. If you want, if you are like as a beginner, if you still confusing you, or if you may like if you don't remember it, you can open these things like this. The steps. This is for you. You can open both SPSS and your PowerPoint so that then you can follow the same procedure. It's say like this. Maybe you can make, you can, visibility like this. Now what I do is that graph, I go to graph, legacy dialog, bar graph, right? From bar graphs, come here now, what is the next? Next simple bar graph. Click on simple bar graph. And what is the next? Summary for group of the case. Summary for group of the case. Next. This thing come. Then what I need to do, number of cases. I can prefer, if I want, I can percentage of cases. Then what is my interest variable? My interest variable is employment categories. Then go to employment categories. Take employment category to these boxes. Then click on OK. The bar is coming. This is the bar. Now if you want to make some kind of changes, double click on it to make it in the editing mode. This is in the editing mode. You can edit, you can change the color. For example, I want to change the color of the background. So that click on that things, double click on it. The color is coming. So that I want to make these colors. Apply on it. The background color is changed. Now I want to change the color of this column. Double click on it. Then the column are selected. They are active for editing. Then I can change the color if I want. Let's make it red one. Apply, more visible. Then I want to add even values. If I want to add values, click on this one. The values added, so that if you want to add not only the percentage, these things, you can take this one, displayed, not displayed. From not displayed box to displayed box, it will be displayed. Apply. You see, the name is there. 76% of them are clerical, 5.6 of them are custodial, and 70.2 of them are the managers. Now, if you want to change little bit, for example, manually, it is in the center. If you want to take this thing manually, apply. You can drag like this, Let's put it here. You see, you can take this also here. You see, the name. This is a label. You can do as you want. It depends on your interests. You can change the color, even change the color of this portion. Double click on that portion. Colors, maybe as you want. This is a border. We call it the border. Then you want to like some type of things. Apply. You see what is coming? Color, yellow. Maybe not yellow now. Maybe this color. Apply. You see? It looks like this. You can beautify as you want. You can go further. And just first of all, you need to double click on it. And you need to make in the edition mode. Now it is in editing mode and you can do whatever you want. If you want to make changes here, double click on that. If you want changes on the column, double click on that. If you want to change the border, double click on that. I'm double clicking on my mouse. And it's coming. If, for example, you want to like say type of things, the heights maybe like this. Apply. Let's see the changes. You see the change? Beautification is good, right? You can do like that. If you want to take these things to Word document now, copy it. Here are the Word documents. Then Control plus V, it is pasted here. You can't do as in this ways. Now the analysis is up to you. I think what type of analysis I can make? Okay, by looking the frequencies, the number of the clerical are really very high. The majority of the workers, 76% of them are clericals, and no, the number of the custodials are very few. You can say like that. You can even make more interpretation just by looking. What is next? Now the next is how we can draw multiple bar charts. Multiple bar chart. Here we go. The multiple bar charts. This is called clustered. To prepare multiple charts for employment category with respect to gender. From those employees, how many of them are male? How many of them are female? We want to see their proportion of male and female employees. To do that, you need to select gender in the category axis and define cluster by employment here. Then number of the case or percentage depending on your interests. Then this is multiple bar charts or clustered bar charts. You see number of females. This color is for clerical. This color is for custodial. Almost from the female there is no custodial. This color is for the managers. You see here male clerical is this much, custodial is this much, and managerial is this much. So what kind of analysis you can make? In all cases, except in clerical, the majority of the female worker actually engage in clerical jobs. This is like in terms of rank, clerical workers are actually earning low incomes. You can make whatever analysis. You see, this one is higher. Almost all 100% of male workers from the total custodial worker, almost all of them actually hold by male, 100%. You see, the majority of the managerial position is also held by male. You can make that type of analysis. What a lot, you can go further. So let's practice this thing. Practice making what? Perfect. Practice. So graph, legacy dialog, bar charts. Now it is multiple bar chart, not simple bar chart. Define it. Then here's genders is here's, employment category is here's, by percent. Okay, is coming. You see, because I changed the code now 3-2, because while we practice it I record males and females. This is for female, this is for male, whatever is the same values. Isn't it interesting then? It is really interesting. If you want to make some kind of changes, double click on it. If you want to change a background, click on the background and you can click for colors, apply. If you want to change this color, first of all you need to change from here. For example, I want to make this one red. Click these small boxes and I want to make it red. Go for that. It will be red. So the change is not from here now because it is already the list. The definition is here, so that you need to change from here. Just go like that. The background, this part, this background, these bars, colors. You can go for that. And copy is very simple. Copy it, go to the Word document, enter, Ctrl plus V, paste it, and make the interpretation as usual. So now let's see another concept, scatter plot. A scatter plot is the plot that we do for continuous variables. It is one of the data or displays that help us to know the relationship between two variables, scatter plots. So in order to do that, graph, legacy dialog, scatter plot is here already. Even simple then, it is very simple. So simple scatter plot, the simple scatter plot, beginning salary. I want to see the relationship between beginning salary and the current salary. Both of them are continuous, both of them are ratio. Making this sure is very important. If you do scatter plot for some kind of categorical variable, you are making a mistake. So you see the scatter plot look like this. So looking at this scatter plot, what you can understand, you can make a conclusion. What type of conclusion you can make? Sometimes it is better to add a trend line. You can see it, this one is visible for that matter, but if you add a trend line, that thing help you to make a decisions. What does this scatter plot indicate? Of course, as current salary increase, beginning salary also increases. It shows us as they have positive relationships. Now let's practice scatter plots. For graph, legacy dialog, scatter plots, then simple scatter plots, define it, y-axis, it must be current salary for that matter. The beginning salary determine. Of course, I want to see how beginning salary affect current salary. Or you can say how current salary matter for the beginning salary. If your current salary is very high, do you think that your beginning salary is very low? No, you can't jump automatically. So that you grow small by small. If your current salary is high, your beginning salary should be also high according to this calculation, of course. Also, at the beginning, as current salary increases, beginning salary also increases. So let's make this one a beginning salaries, this one a current salaries. You can go for option and select some of them if you want. It depends on your interest. Let's go for the answer. You see, this is scatter plots. You can see the relationship between the two variables, current salary and beginning salary. If you want to add trends, which is very indicative, double click on that. This is in the editing mode. I want to add say type of trends. You see trend line. So the trend line shows that there is a positive relationship between the variables. Click X. Now you close the editing mode. This is the final version. Right click on that, copy, and go to your Word document and Control plus V, paste it. If you want, right click, as many people know pasting, right click, paste it as picture or something like this. You can go for that. So this is it's pasted here. This is a scatter plots. Now let's talk about a pie chart. For what type of variable? Commonly, a pie chart is for categorical variable. Even sometimes we can go for grouped frequency distribution. So pie charts, how we go? The very simple graph, legacy dialog, pie chart is here. So there is a slice here, the slice represent in percentage or number of the cases. It is a percentage. It depends. Double click on it. You can make in the edition modes and editing mode, and you can change it. So this is the pie chart. The colors of this talk about how we can change the colors. So let's go and see how we can do a pie chart. For what type of variables a pie chart we do? Employment categories. So let's go for employment categories. Graph, legacy dialog. The pie chart is here. Summary, define it. What type of variables? It is employment categories. Put it here, define slice by employment category. Okay, the pie chart is coming. Double click on that, and then if you click on these things, on this icon, then the value will be added. If you read what that icon is, show data label. So click on that, that value is added. If you want the description for that, what that numbers or that slice represent for, you can take from not displayed box to displayed box, then apply. Everything is here. Then manually, if you want to change the places, you can drag like this here. I'm dragging it and I put it here. You can do like that. So this is in editing mode. You need to close it. Then the final version is here. You can right click on that, copy it, and you can paste it here for your further analysis. You can make analysis then as you want. And then the next topic is about frequency table. Frequency table, it is for categorical. We did it already. It is a kind of repetition, this part. The frequency table for gender, minority classification, employment category, you can select it, you can delete it, you can edit it as you want. Now, descriptive statistics for what? For continuous variables. Current salary and beginning salary, descriptive. In these cases, we will see together. Is about calculating range, mean, standard deviation. Therefore, range, mean, standard deviation should be calculated for some kind of continuous variables. Therefore, knowing the scale of measurement or the type of the variable or knowing how your data quantified, how your data measured, how your data categorized is very important because in order to select appropriate statistical analysis, right? You see like mean, standard deviation, range, you can select it by clicking on options and then you can get these tables. This is the tables. Now let's do it together. Practice. Practicing is very important. Analyze, descriptive statistics is here. Not frequency table now, descriptive statistics. For whom? For beginning salaries and current salaries for two variables. Go to option. You see, you can select the mean, standard deviation, the minimum, the maximum, ranges if I want, variance also, distribution also. This thing is very important. I want to see whether it's normally distributed. Histogram, if I get histogram, is very cool. Can't I get histogram for this? Can, why not? Yeah, I can know the distribution of the shapes by looking at this. Variance, alphabet, ascending, descending order. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's see what these things look like. Every statistics is here. Range is here, the minimum is here, the maximum is here, the mean is here, standard deviation is here, the variance, all those things actually measure skewness, the variations. This thing is the distribution of shapes. This is standard deviation and variance is the measure of dispersion. Mean is the measure of central tendency, and range is the measure of dispersions. We have these informations. We have all these informations. Statistic standard deviation for skewness, statistic standard deviation for skewness is positive. This means this is skewness is positive, right? If it is positive, this is positive skewed, positively skewed, skewed to the right. It is skewed to the right. It's not normally distributed. If it is zero, it is normally distributed. What about kurtosis? Kurtosis here is 5 greater than 3. This is also shows that the existence of outlier and positively skewed. You see existence because it is greater than 3. The kurtosis for this data is greater than 3. Our reference is 3. 3 is the kurtosis for standard normal distribution. The kurtosis measure the tailedness or the tailedness of your data point relative to whom? Standard normal distributions. Standard normal distribution. So this is also, this shows that there is a problem. This means there is an outlier. The probability that there is an outlier is extreme because it is greater than 3 for both of them. It's not normally distributed. Mostly, yeah, current salary is not normally distributed. There is an outlier. There are people that get a lot of money. The majority of them are getting low. That's true. That is aligned with the theories. Cross tabulation. Sometimes if you want to see the relationship between two variables, you can go for cross tabulation for both type of variable, gender, employment category. For example, let's do cross tabulation. Cross tabulations. Analyze, descriptive cross tabulation is here. Cross tabulation. Rows and columns. Gender by whom? Gender by employment categories. Go for that. You can go for statistics. What type of statistics I can calculate for you? All those things. They are very important. Correlations if you want. chi-squares if you want. Statistics, extracts, assemble those things. Sales, compare the column proportions. Rows. These things are very important. We'll deal about these things in chapter 2. At the end of chapter 2. This score I'm calculating I want to see whether there is significant difference between male and females across the job categories or those things. We'll deal about these things in chapter 2, at the end of chapter 2. You see all the statistics are here. Each subscript letter denoted a subset of employment categories whose column and proportion do not differ significantly from each other. A, B, this is significantly different. We will deal about that things. This is just about this descriptive statistics, summarizations. Summarize with cross tabulation. You see gender by employment categories. You can do like that. By looking here, we can give some kind of interpretation. You see, a number of females are 206 for clerical. This means the majority of female are clericals. No female are in the custodial job category. 10 of them are actually the managers. But if you see 74 of them are the manager from the male, this means the majority of the manager are males. That is surprising. There is no equality of genders. In all cases, the number of male is greater than the number of female, except in clerical. Clerical is not that much like high status jobs. You see, female are engaging in low status jobs, and we need to do some intervention if you see such type of things, so that we need some kind of affirmative action when you hire, or you need to give whatever decision, so that you make a decision based on the data. That's what we call it, making a decision based on evidence. So you need to give some favors, some like helps, or some kind of you need to assign some kind of share. For example, as the direction from the Ministry of Education, in higher education institution, at least 30% of the position should be held by females. At least that is the minimum. That is the minimum. Therefore, that is one way. In the government institution, in the government position, high government position as well, I think the government has a direction to have some threshold, the minimum threshold, that the female can go for more than that, but the minimum, I think 30% of high status, high official like minister's position should be held by female. That is to empower females, because half of the total population of the nation is female, and therefore empowering female is mandatory. From these data, we can go such type of interpretation, and this is the end of chapter 1. Thank you very much for attending these sessions. This is one, it's a kind of a preliminary section to deliver courses online. I hope you enjoy attending classes online, and we will also practice a type of things in classes. Thank you very much for watching my video. We will continue delivering courses online, training online, and you can attend with us those training and those courses online, and you can build your professional capacity. Thank you very much. See you in class. See you in another session. Thank you.